Yeah, the Bobs are back. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax. We have a collection buying video that hopefully goes viral. Folks, yes, Rudy? What up, yo? No, I'm kidding. What's up, man? Just want to shoot you a quick note. Thank you for picking up my Magic collection cards. Magic collection cards. Really means a lot that you support my collection. I'm glad you're excited to add these to them to yours. Been playing since the first came out in the 90s. And let me tell you, those early sets were something else. I agree, man. They don't make those things like that anymore. I still remember opening my first booster pack and pulling a volcanic island. The moment I'll never forget. I apologize for the conditions of some of the cards. No worries, man. I like heavy played stuff. They're loved. It's not heavy played. It's heavy loved. I've had them for so long. Some of them have inevitably become damaged over time. When we first started playing, we had no idea the cards would be worth anything. So we didn't take as good of care of them as we probably should have. Old school shuffling and sleeveless play really did a number of the cards. By the way, I heard a rumor that, Rudy, you're a notorious scammer con artist that's just trying to steal my cards for cents on the dollar. For you, my friend, you get 6 cents. 6.9 cents on the dollar. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. Who am I? All right, you're just messing with me now. I hope you have a blast using the cards and bring plenty of sweet victory in the battlefield. Thanks again. Thanks, Joseph. P.S. I'm not the most creative or talented writer. I enlisted the help of a chat bot named GPT to write this. I've been hearing about this chat thing, man, this AI thing. I've been hearing about that. Well, Joseph, thanks for being a very kind patron. Obviously, I recognize your name. And this transaction, by the time you guys watch this, maybe this is like a month ago by the time this video goes live. We got the Bobs out here. We got the highlights and the fancy schmancy cards of the collection here. And sit back, relax, let's look at some old Magic cards. We don't have, this isn't a major $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 transaction, but this is a nice couple, this is a nice $20. I paid at least $29 for this. So first, we're going to go through this stuff and let's take a look at all kinds of fun stuff, shall we? Great whale. Not much to say. It's a whale. Although, I always did like the cards that reset your lands when they come into play. I always thought there was room for shenanigans with that. Like if you have some sort of mana ramp, or some sort of spell, like if you had, like soul rings and different things that could ramp that up. So you only, you could actually untap, you could cast multiple things and untap extra lands. Anyways, all right. BOP, oh wait, hold on. Non-Magic 30 edition. Okay, these are real Birds of Paradise. I wasn't sure if these were Magic 30 proxies. Definitely well loved. We got a light creasing there and damage. Who cares? We got heavy loved. We got some revived BOP over here. Put you in a revised pile, Urza's pile. Wrath of God pile. What do we got here? We got some Tron lands. OG Tron lands are, it's funny. OG Tron lands are so, the coloring in the look of these things. And they're still cheap. They're still cheap. Buy lists on these things are under $10, under $20, depending on the condition, which one. These things sell regularly. On average, these things don't even sell for that much. It's amazing how certain cards can be so iconic, and they still never really did a whole lot, Sneak Attack, a great example of a when you have a card that's not reserved list, gets reprinted, and here's the original printing from Saga 98, 99, 98, and after all these years, it's still cheap. That is the power of not being reserved list. Now we got Radiant Archangel, not a super powerful card, gorgeous artwork on her with the hair and the wings, stunning artwork right here from who did that? Michael? I thought that was Rebecca. But anyways, I believe the Archangel is an infamous reserve list card. I think I even have some patrons that are big into that, collecting and buying that particular reserve list card. So definitely well loved, but a couple more Tron lands over here. Very neat. Again, more Urza Saga. There's another Urza's. Catastrophe, another Urza's card. We got Powder Keg from, hey, here we go. So Powder Keg from Destiny. We got some bridge action from the old Stronghold. I remember we pulled that in a pack opening on that channel a little while ago. Start you another little Stronghold pile over here. Horn of Greed again. This card, this is another example. If this was reserve list, the price would probably be, oh my God. This would probably be a $50 to $100 card. Not reserve list. This thing was even reprinted in a Conspiracy. And I remember that because this is one of the cards I was doing the mass box opening. Another Tron land. All right, so now we got, these are the cards that interest me. Weird cards from Alliances. Not because her mouth's open. I already see the memes. Stop with the giggities and the memes. I know what you all are going to say. Rudy, you just like because her mouth is... Stop. This is one of those infamous cards that literally kind of... It's reserve list and unique, but it didn't start off as a very sought-after special card. So it should be a Mark artwork, right? Yeah, Mark Teden. Very iconic piece of art. Creepy looking, honestly. But this was a card from back in the day, Alliances. Nobody was going after that card. It wasn't a thing. Reminds me of Bizarre Baghdad. I like the cards that don't start off as a thing, and then later on the Bobs look at you and say, look, it's worth something, go for it. Opposition again. Urza's card, Morphling, Propaganda over here from Tempest. We'll start a little Tempest. Well, we'll put Tempest and Stronghold and Exodus together. Over here, we got a couple more. What we got next? The Eater of the Deads, the Mana Clash. We got the Dark. We'll put you over here with Alliances. I don't even think these are reserve lists. But the thing is, Eater of the Dead might be. I know Mana Clash is not, because that was a card I used to sort in 4th edition and sell. It wasn't never really a valuable card. But the Dark is, God, the prices of the Dark has softened so much. Attrition from Urza's, great card. The Old Reprocess, infamous mark artwork here from Urza's Saga. I'm assuming this is a reserve list card because it's never actually been reprinted. That's the only reason why. Oppression over here. Tombstone, again, similar to the Dragon and some other these, see, this is something that people fail to realize. One of the reasons I went really big on Mirage about 10 to 12 years ago, and I still have about 100 sealed Mirage boxes, is because Mirage, almost the entire set of Mirage, almost every rare in Mirage is reserve list. There is not many sets, even in the 90s, there's a lot of sets, like Urza's, Legacy and Destiny, where every rare, dude, go hit reserve list, hit Mirage, and you're going to go, oh my God. Like 50 to 80% of the rares are reserve list. It's insane, folks. We'll have a Mirage Visions pile, I guess. All right, another Saga card. All right, so we got some Legends. I don't have a Legends pile over here. We'll have to have the Dark Antiquities. We got a little Legends thing, a little Wake from Urza's. Okay. And then the Mirage category, Mirage Visions sequel, Desolation. Again, Visions, another one. Visions was kind of that goofy offset that people really... Mirage and Visions weren't successful. Like, I know that's weird to say when these boxes are thousands of dollars, but Mirage and Visions, these two sets, these were not like home run sets. Now, okay, back in the day, Exodus, the Oath series and Exodus, that was a big deal. I think was it Oath of Druids, the green one? Was that the big hit? I think it was. Ragman, infamous 4th edition reprint. Again, Ragman was on reserve list and didn't get reprinted in 4th edition all that. That would be a very expensive card. Again, reserve list, not try to say it's, I told you so or the impact, but there is an impact. Cleansing, obviously, not only is it reserve list, not only is it from the Dark, but it is, I would assume the term cleansing would be some sort of, bad, maybe it's a racial thing or a political thing or some sort of governmental thing from history. I would assume this interpretation, something destroying things or killing things, I would assume this type of art, even if it were wording in art, even if it wasn't reserve list, in modern culture of the way everything is, this card would be pseudo-reserve list. So again, great long-term card from this particular set. So very interesting. Root Maze, and nothing to say on that, kind of a blow. Hall of Gemstones, one of the more recent, the last 5 years, iconic actually card that, well, nobody really gave two flips about. And now this is one of the reserve list cards from Mirage that is kind of a lot more attention. Political Trickery, a great little card. I don't know if Political Trickery is reserve list. I don't remember. Pendrel Mist. This is a weird one. This was from Weatherlight. And this, I've seen some shenanigans with it. It's a very interesting card that has actually kind of upticked in price a little bit. I'm not sure. See, the market remains so weak. We got to be careful with some of these third-tier type reserve list cards because the buy list in stores, when the market's in this condition, although I know some people are going to say, when the market's this bad and there's blood in the streets and negativity everywhere, this is the time to be doing stuff like this guy's face. Oh my God, his lips. He's got some, is he doing that weird Botox crap that people do? Anyways, these are the times that you probably really should be looking at cheaper cards. Anyways, the Dark reminds me again, similar. Not the Dark. This reminds me of the Alliances card from same artist, Mr. Mark there. Reminds me of the same type of artwork on there. Again, very interesting cards and everything, especially nowadays. And again, this is a reserve list, one of the top cards in the Dark that is sought after. Now, see, these are the Urza's cards. You get the Thief, Equilibrium Exodus, great card. Equilibrium, Second Chance, amazing card. And Urza's, huge fan of it. I even have a video on the channel where I did a collector investor buyout, so I own a ton of Second Chances. Windfall, uncommon, but actually good uncommon. Ancestral Knowledge, great Weatherlight card again. Very underappreciated. I love anything that has like relics and artifacts, how this beautiful lady is sitting here. She's got these really cool old books and lighting on the card and the art. Love the card. And I know, it is a cumulative upkeep type card. I know, cumulative upkeep, Ice Age. But that's, I don't know, I always thought that was a pretty cool card. Mana Severance, I've seen shenanigans with it. Never been a personal huge fan. Leviathan, iconic. It's garbage, but iconic. We got a couple Lotus Petals here from Tempest. Lotus Petals are always a thing. The cheap man's Lotus. I've never been a huge Lotus Petal fan, but they always hold value. And the original from Tempest always, well, is kind of sought after, whatnot. All right, so let's see what we got here. Defense Grid, huh? Can you imagine if Defense Grid was reserveless? Again, that's all I have to say. Cards like this, like Grim Monolith is 500 to 1,000. Defense Grid would be up there. And the fact it's not reserveless, the price stays cheap. These are, you know, perspectives in a bear market when reserveless and old stuff, post-Magic 30, you know, after effects, you know, well, when things aren't reserveless in an era of post-Magic 30 and Secret Lairs, cards like this become dead money. Exploration, again, same thing. We got an Italian Legends over here. I love Italian Legends because of the beautiful colors and the dark, rich inking. But remember, Italian Legends is usually 2-to-1 printed to English. So usually Italian Legends are 50% of the counterparts of English. So just keep that in mind. Ivory Towers, infamous. We got Arabian Nights. It doesn't matter. It's Arabian Nights. You know, I love it. Doesn't even if it's a flippin' Aladdin's lamp with a flippin' 10 mana. I love the 55 mana cost. It's 55. No, I'm kidding. I have too much fun with this stuff. Propagandas, great Tempest cards. Evacuation, Stronghold. All right, let's just keep going here. Teleria, great little Legends piece of history there. Multani Moreau. I remember building this in my green deck. I was never a huge fan. I think Multani might actually be reserveless. Dark Angel, gorgeous Angel. I remember some friends of mine in high school. They had some of these Dark Angel decks, and dude, I really cool. Again, in today's standards, 5-drop, 3/3 flying. Yeah, she counts as an Angel, although she is a Legend, so you can't have multiple out. Pay 2, return. I mean, it's 5-drop for that in today's standards would be kind of crappy. Again, another weird card. We got the flippin' Endbringer over here. This little Shaka Endbringer, first of all, creepy chick with the outfit and the. I'm not sure how to respond to that. Kind of reminds me of a Diablo Path of Exile kind of card or artwork. It is a reserveless card, and again, weird card from Mirage. It's any attentions. Well, reparations. Obviously, with culture, society, modern times. Even if this wasn't reserveless, it would be, in my opinion, pseudo-reserveless. All right, revised cards. I'll comment real quick on revised because we did that a little bit at the beginning. Meekstone, not one of the big dogs, but I'm going to tell you right now, unless you have a strong market and economy, cards like Revised, 4th edition, Ice Age, the Fallen Empires, the Homelands, those third-tier, cheaper type of things, they are just going to be just slung around. They are just going to be flung around the bedroom. Just be real careful. Dark Sphere, dark, nothing crazy. Love the art. Junk, like the art. Hey, the old Karn, great card. I think this is actually reserveless. This was one with like, I think this was with like the Mox Diamond where they reprinted From the Vault Relics and they closed the loophole thing. I believe that's the one. Landwar Emissary, Raphaelos, great card. The Port, again, if this Port, I don't think, no, the Port's not reserved. Again, just I've said it many times. We'll put that with the Urzas. It's right after Urza's block. Same thing, not reserveless. Buried Alive, Cataclysm Exodus, Outpost, and Antiquities, the Alliances. One of my all-time favorite Alliances cards. My white weenie deck in younger days. I love this card, man. Popping out these little soldiers every turn. It was just so much fun. Financially, not a lot of value there, even today's standards, because of the cost. You know, I believe it's the one we need to sacrifice some land. Is it an untapped plains? Okay, okay. So you sack a plains, but it doesn't have to be untapped. And then, oh, it still costs 2 to activate. Okay, that's what it was. So not only did you have to sack a land, but you also had to generate 2 to tap. And not one. Okay. So essentially, you got to tap 2 other lands and then tap this land. So in my opinion, you had to kind of pay 3 for the 1/1 soldier because this land could generate, you know, I remember now. Okay. Chain Lightning, been reprinted a billion times. Iconic original Legends. Great card as always. All right, Repercussions, again, another Urza's card. We got Italian Legends for land tax. Ah, the old Opalescence for the Urzas. We have a random beta Sinkhole over here. It's a pretty cool little card. I think it's our only, maybe one of our only, we got a few ABU cards, not very many. Spear of the Night, This was a very popular, very iconic card when Mirage came out in the 90s. Attrition, Doomsday. I remember that from Weatherlight iconic. Iron Maiden, Orb, and Orb. Nothing too... All right, so we got the last pile over here, folks, with the goodies. You ready? All right, we got Piper over here with the Urzas. Oops, Urza's pile. All right, so we have an unlimited channel, uncommon, bright inking on the channel. It is an uncommon. We'll put the beta uncommon. I'm sorry, unlimited, not uncommon. Well, it is an uncommon from unlimited. I'm sorry. Fast Bond, Brain Geyser. Again, these two type cards, you know, Fast Bond. What was the other one? Natural Selection, Brain Geyser, Fork, Vesuvian Doppelganger. Jeez, man, all of these revised cards, of course, Wheel of Fortune and the dual lands. All of these revised cards were such a thing, man. If you guys go back to 2021 and the crazy boom, I kept reporting about all the money flowing into revised. It was a crazy time, man. I kept reporting, like, the reserve list buyouts were, like, revised. The amount of money that went into revised edition was insane. Anyways, Winding Canyon. See, I'd rather have stuff like that. Ah, yes. The Polluted Delta, huh? With the Rob Alexander Onslaught, huh? I remember those things. All right. Italian Legends. Back to Basics. Again, another card. Original OG Back to Basics was very expensive. And then after a long period of time, nobody ever thought it'd be reprinted. Do we want to talk about it? Again, the impact of not having the reserve list and getting reprinted 10, 20, 30 years later. This is the side effect. This card should be... It would be 10x in price if it wasn't for that. Donate. Oh, well, there you go. Donate an Illusions of Grandeur, one of the original era Urza's Ice Age combos. Anybody? Anybody? All right. We'll move on. Ice Age. I don't think it's going to have an Ice Age pile, so I'll just throw it off to the side. All right. Tutors. Again, we got the original Mirage Tutors. We got reprinted 6th edition in uncommon slots. Uncommon. Original Mirage, what, 98, 97, 96, oh my God. And then, of course, what year was this? 99? So they originally printed in 96, waited 3 years, reprinted again. And now even in, what was it, Dominar Remastered? We got Tutors again. Again, no reserve list. All bets are off. All right, so what do we got here? Meditate. Oop, for the Tempest pile over here. All right, so we're going to get rid of the modern one. We don't have a pile for that. All right, we got the Italian Legends again. By the way, see, these weird Italian Legends, these amulets and weird rares, those are interesting plays. I've had a lot of discussions on that in the past. Basic 4th edition, Mind Twist, one of the most broken cards ever. Italian Legends, Bargain, extremely broken card. The Bargain is a flippin'... I've seen combos and shenanigans with that card that are out of control. Out of control, folks. All right, what do we got here? All right, so we got an Italian... Chains. Anybody? Chains of the old Mestasapa Papa Poo Pee Shire. Chains of the Mestoffs. Yeah, one of the craziest Italian cards. That's all right, and not much to say about. There's nothing. See, I don't talk much about like Nether Void. You know, the 4 Black Horsemen, the infamous cards. You know, Chains, Nether Void, All Hallows Eve. I don't really. Oh, the Abyss. We've talked about those cards and the 4 Black Horsemen so many times and how underpriced, and those are some of the most iconic Magic cards in history. Any serious collector or player should, long-term investor, that's just like a backbone card. You have to have it. It's amazing. But anyways, all right, so we got some OG factories. An actual OG factory set here. Yes, the winter factories, what everyone goes Lulu Gaga crazy for. And no, they can reprint them 1,000,000 times in foil treatments. We can have the factory, foil etch, extended art, and Wife's Boyfriend Taco Party Pack. And guess what? The OG 4-pack is still king. It always has been, always will be. All right, folks, we got one unlimited dual land. And holy cow, that's like heavy played, almost into the damage category. We got some major wear on that bad boy. Looks good from the front, though. It looks really nice, but man, that back is brutal. Holy crap. But anyways, one unlimited duel. Don't underestimate Unlimited Edition, man. That is not a set that has a lot floating around the market. All right, so we're going to jump through these. We got ourselves a stack of revised duels. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're 20 minutes in the video. The amount of people watching this now is probably down to less than 1%. I'm going to tell you all right now, the amount of money that's been lost on paper in value in revised dual lands is just been nuclear level devastating for many stores or people who hold them on inventory or on their books or whatever it is. I can't, like I said, revised underground Cs were buy listing almost $1,000 at the peak. And not in played yellow damage. I mean, actually, like mint condition. I think we have one night. Well, no, not in. Well, if this was in mint condition, they were a lot of money. Like that would be a buy. Like that'd be. I remember paying $900 for underground Cs that were mint condition at the peak. A couple transactions, and those people were obviously very happy. But that's, you know, and now obviously I'm buying whatever the buy list was on this when we did this. Obviously the prices are a lot lower. But that's how it is, man. The swings of up and down. Some collections I buy, and I get great prices. Other ones, I lose half my money. But that's in the long game. In 5, 10, 20 years from now, it all works out. And I maintain that attitude. So, like for this, you know, obviously these are nowhere near buy list 1,000 a piece because the market's just devastatingly awful. But that's, you know, and it could take years to come back or not. Even in played condition like these, though, these are beautiful cards, though, man. Like, even when they're, like this worst one here. Like, look at this underground C. Look at this sucker is nasty. I mean, the surface is rough. We got warping on here. It could have been moisture. We've got literally the card feels flimsier and thinner. You got dirt all over it. I mean, you got literally, was that a chunk missing? Look at the surface dents through it. We got, was that a cut, scrape mark right down the middle? But still, you know, a played authentic card, it's almost historical to me. Like, it means so much to me. And I enjoy it. Like, that's why I hoard them and I love them. I'm like, the stories that this card could tell. The things it's been through. Anyways, revised dual lands. End of the video. And then I'll give you some final comments. Again, very few Arabian Nights cycling around. We got the island of Walkety Walk. Love it. Yes, the beta. We got a couple beta. We got 3 beta cards. Brain Geyser, probably my favorite one here. Condition is, it's okay. Wait a minute. I think, was this the card that's inked? We might have inking on here too. Let's put a revised dual next to it real quick. Yeah. Yep, we got inking on this bad boy. Let's do a quick test here. Let me grab some common cards, or let's grab, here. Let's grab, these are all in sleeves, aren't they? Anyways, can you guys see that? You guys see, oh, there you go, there you go. You guys see that? Put it next to a white bordered card, that sucks. You guys see the top of the card? Man, look at that. All black from a Sharpie. The whole top of the card. Sharpied all the way across. So we have an actual damaged inked Brain Geyser. Yeah, is what it is. Still a gorgeous card, but again, that was pretty common, folks. Like I said. So damaged condition. Heavy play damage. Actually, yeah, that's going to be straight up damage. You also have play wear. So you have an inked Sharpie all the way across it. So from a distance, it looks good in good condition. You go, oh God, Rudy! Ah! You know, from a distance. But when you put up close, you actually start looking into it, yeah. Unfortunately, she's heavily inked and she's been touched up. She is not original condition. And then we have the Dark Print Basalt and Icy. I love the cards, but I hate the Dark Print beta versions. The Alpha Icy is by far one of my favorite Magic cards in history. So we have, ooh, very rough condition. Yikes. But we have, look, iconic card. I just wish the beta series didn't have. I mean, they even have the Dark Print for the Flippin' Collector's Edition. It's just, I'm not a fan. The Alpha Icy is just, to me, is perfection. All right, Arabian Nights, Diamond Valley. Is there anything to talk about? It's iconic. Elephant Graveyard, one of my first buyouts that I did on my own when I bought my 100 copies. Oh my God, that was 2016. 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh my God, that was 8 years ago. Oh my God, 8 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. I did one of my first buyouts with Old Man of the Sea and Elephant Graveyard. This card cost me $22 a piece, I think. Well, between 20 and 25, depending on condition. God, man, 8 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't realize how quick time goes by. Pyramids, Arabian Nights. Hey, old man, there's my other one. Is there inking on that one too? We might have some inking there. I'm seeing some, we might have inking on this bad boy too. I'm seeing some. We might have to kind of do that in a brighter lighting after the video. I'm not sure. And a land tax. And of course, God, these are old card sleeves. These card sleeves are so old and sticky. The Caracas. And of course, the old captain over here. We've got B-Girl. And ladies and gentlemen, we're ending the video on some strip mines. Man, that really, that messed with me, folks. That really got to me a little bit. I cannot believe my first major buyout with Old Man of the Sea in Elephant Graveyard was 8 years ago. Oh my God. Okay. Conclusion, I hope you all enjoyed this walk down memory lane with me. Remember, folks, if you have a collection for sale, I should have said this in the beginning of the video, AlphainvestmentsLLC@gmail.com, the old PP, no giggities, pictures and prices. And as you can see, I am not buying modern or vintage single or modern or standard single cards. I'm still buying vintage singles, but I buy sealed product of all eras. And friendly reminder, if you're selling new sealed product within the last few years, you are correct. My buy price is going to be pretty low, probably between 50 and 60% of eBay sold. But I still pay shipping costs, and on sealed product, that can get pretty heavy. But the older the sealed product, then my buy price goes to 65%, 70%, and all the way up to 75% on vintage stuff. So it just depends on what era product you have for sealed boxes. Excuse me. As far as these single cards, yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed there. I think if I remember, this particular transaction was, I think it ended up being about between, I think this one was like 64%. I think because I remember the Italian Legend cards really skewed the numbers. Then I know the inked expensive, that was one of the most expensive cards, being inked really messed up the numbers. But anyways, other than that, my overall opinion of everything, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you know, the market continues to struggle moving forward. The attitude and anger post Magic 30, all these things, the Chris Cox, the cocktail parties, Hasbro, Magic 30, the secret lairs, it's been a lot of damage to the brand. And it's going to take a long time to rebuild or move forward from that, if ever. Depends on if they continue to just not give two flying flips. We don't know what's going to happen and how Hasbro and Wizards is going to navigate it. I do think changes are coming, but I don't know if it's going to be enough or if it's how long it's going to take. But I do know these original cards, when you guys see videos like this, look, I still love sealed product of new stuff. You know, I kept a couple cases. I got sealed product in Dominaria Remastered. I got sealed product in the new Phyrexia set coming. I'm going to have sealed product in Brothers War. I keep positions even in the new stuff. Even though, honestly, it feels bad, and I almost don't want to out of emotion, but I'm still doing it. Okay? But when it comes to single cards on this era, you are looking at cards and art from a different world at this point. This shit's almost 30 years old. Okay? Some of these things, I mean, on average, the cards in this video are around 25 years old. But I mean, the cards like this, there's never ever going to be anything like it again. Magic 30 on the new card stock with new formatting with a different picture, they can try to fake it, but there will never be anything like this again, ever. And that is something to be said for it. So I do think these card prices, if you're interested in this stuff and have a passion like I do, I still believe in it long term. But you need to understand, if you are buying to collect or invest or play with these era cards in the current environment, everything I'm putting money into right here, I am not going to make money on this. There is no, I cannot flip these and I cannot pump the market. None of these cards in this video are going to make me a lot of money. And you need to understand that if this is an industry that you want to be in and you want to survive the swings, you have to want to do it. Because in markets like this, we could go one more week, one more month, one more year. We could go 5 years with you can make nothing. And that is the reality of collectibles. But then, you know, year 7 from now, the cards could double in 1 year. 17 years from now, it could drop 50% in 1 year. You don't know. There is no way to predict. And it's important for people to understand that. For me, putting money in this, if everything in this video is the exact same price I paid right now in 5 years, I'm fine with that. Because I still feel attached to the cards. My life, the history, and how long I've been doing this, how many of you all have been listening, no matter all the drama, the ups and downs, the booms and busts, the crashes, the 2020 dumpster fires, the 2022 summer just cruelness, the end of the 2022 with all the Hasbro stuff, and then all the random Rudy scandals and things that, you know, are out there to try to tell you whatever. You know, at the end of the day, we move forward. And the fundamentals are the same. And I see it in these cards, and I hope some of you out there can still see that. I know there's a lot of noise and a lot of emotion, but I don't think it changes the fundamental basics of Magic collectibles in the market. Have a beautiful day.